I get one of those seats, please. Please. Hi, my name is Megan, and if you're new here, I am a flight attendant. I used to be a flight attendant, now I'm a flight attendant again, and I work for a different company this time than I did last time. Either way, I am what is called like an international commuter, which means not only do I not live at base, but I spend most of my time abroad. So yeah, and it's been going pretty good so far, and despite how glamorous international commuter may sound, it is not glamorous, and I'm going to take you with me on a not glamorous day. We started off today with my first bus at 2 p.m., which got me here at 6:30. No, got me to that bus station around 3:10, the next bus station at 3:10. I was then on the 4 o'clock bus, which got me in the city, in the capital. At 6:30, I walked to my hotel. This is my second time at this hostel. It's kind of upgraded since I was last here. I brought all of my own food because I'm a celiac. I don't know why I said that so attacking. But I'm so grateful I get to be here. I love the views. I love everything. But now we are at my hotel, and it's a hostel. And I need to get my stuff ready for tomorrow morning because I am leaving tomorrow at 4 a.m. I already got invited to dancing. Like, me dancing? But I was like, I can't. I have a flight tomorrow. I was so confused because the girl who invited me, I'm not telling the story very well, but the point of the story is I was invited to go dancing, and she was so nice, but I thought she was a worker, but she wasn't. She's just a guest, and she was so nice and kind. She's like, we're going dancing. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go sleep. Like the old lady that I am. Also, this mascara is from Elate, and I don't like it. So today I need to eat. I haven't eaten lunch yet. I need to figure out where I'm flying out to tomorrow and out of, and all the routes. And I'll explain that later after I've eaten up some food. Is that a word? Is that grammar? And just make sure I have everything out and ready for tomorrow. So at 4 a.m. we can take an Uber and get out of here. These are the really bad empanadas that I made. And you might be like, that doesn't look like an empanada. And that is because I used gluten-free masa instead of flour, so this is like corn flour. And I also made my dough bad, poorly. It's just overall a loss, but that's okay, as I have to decide when I'm flying tomorrow. And here is what's been the issue, is my airline cut our flights from this destination from every day to Saturdays and Sundays. And I realized that too late because the base that flies it isn't my base. And so there's only 2 spots available right now to fly with my airline. One of the people from the crash pad was really kind and was like, hey, when I asked, they found out how many seats were left, and there are 8 seats left on another airline direct to my base. And so I'm like, do I risk it on a different airline? Do I check mine? And I checked the other airline, like I was gonna buy a ticket, and they had 16 seats available, which means there are like 16 people who aren't checked in as of right now. And so what I'm gonna do, and this is like getting very airliney, is I'm going to see which flight looks better, decide one or the other, register for it. And then I have to see if there are any other flights anywhere in the United States tomorrow afternoon, like after the morning flight, that I may possibly get on, so that I can fly there and then fly on my airline to my destination. Hopefully that's not the case, but that may be what's happening. I'm gonna finish my dinner, lunch. Maybe I'll eat more. I don't know. It's very dry. The dough was too wet and now it's too dry, but that's fine. It's fine. And then probably relax. If you are ever in Costa Rica and you love pineapple, this Mirinda soda is like one of my favorites. It's pineapple. It's delicious. It's incredible.
So the last thing I tried to do to make my final decision for tomorrow was I tried on each airline that went directly to the US to California to see where I could buy a ticket, and the airline that I wanted to go to originally, I couldn't even buy a ticket on their flight. So for me, that was a bad sign. Like there's no more spaces. So my backup on another airline could let me buy a ticket. So this everything looked good for that airline, and that is the one that I chose, which is luckily the one that gets me directly there.
I slept terribly last night. Like absolutely horribly. And my makeup's kind of bad. I did it in the dark and then I checked in the bathroom and it was bad. But here we are. I got a notification last night that there was less than 5% of the seats available. There's still 16 seats open on the seat map, so fingers crossed I get one of those seats, please. Please.
Alright, we're here at the airport. I just realized that I'm here 30 minutes early. I feel like they'll let me go through security, but maybe they won't. This airport has become very strict about 3 hours before, nothing more. I have been sent back after waiting in line at security, so we're not going to do that today. Okay, we are through security. We're through security. I am like so distracted right now. I'm so sorry. Someone told me that a company that the people we know, like non-profit, not company, but a non-profit, was selling things in the airport. So I'm doing this little look because we're not even boarding for 2 more hours before I get my coffee. But I can't see a little museum exhibit. I'm very, very hungry. Also, I just saw someone. Okay, I'm gonna like. Now that people are checked in, there are now only 3 seats available on the flight I chose. And now I still have time to list for my other flight. I'm thinking I may do it. I don't know. Only 3 seats left. My company has no seats. They're boarding right now. That ship has sailed. Did I make the right decision? I don't know. I could have made it on my airline flight, but I thought this was more secure. I was like watching the numbers. What I'm doing right now is I'm gonna stop looking at the seats. I'm gonna stop looking at the seat chart, and I'm going to see if there are any possible flights that can just get me to the States today, and I can non-rev from there, or if there's a flight that looks better, like if there's lots of seats to Newark, I can go through Newark. We are in the final countdown to see if I get a seat. I'm not even checking to see if there's any seats left. I'm just gonna wait. If I get a text that says you got a seat, if I get a notification that says you got a seat, I got a seat. And if I don't, I have a backup plan. I got the text. I have a seat. I have a little snack for the crew. I like to bring crew things that I would want that are allergen friendly. I bought the crew energy drinks last time, like little powder ones. This time I brought some of my favorite chips, not my favorite, but some of my favorite chips for the ride back. And I also brought my crash pad, some guava chocolates, because everyone is so nice at my crash pad, and they brought me some vitamins, lots of other things. So I was like, I have to get something for my crash pad too. So we're here. The relief. I feel like I can actually breathe right now.
Alright, I got here extra early today because of the bus situation. I am exhausted. The crash pad was so warm last night, and like, I just couldn't sleep. I was like waking up drenched in sweat, which is so nice. Like, my hair curled overnight. But I'm eating breakfast. I'm gonna sign in soon, and we'll see what happens.
Alright. You may be like, what happened? We went to the gym. I was so exhausted, but I was like, I am so sore that I have to go to the gym today. So I did upper body, I did back and shoulders with a little bit of bicep, triceps. I'm exhausted. It hurts holding this up right now. My legs hurt even more still from that Pilates class. But I am on my way back to the crash pad. I'm going to make some rice and sausage because that's what I have, so I don't use my meal prep for tomorrow because I'm good for 4 days. And I am number 2 for a 4-day in the evening. I am number 3 for a 3-day tomorrow in the evening. So that could be any of the red eyes, honestly, if they didn't use everyone else. So I need to make sure that I have stuff ready. Yep, so let's go watch 90 Day Fiancé, make a little more food. And we hit all of our goals today, all of our exercise goals, calorie goals, and step goals.
All right, it is my 3rd day of this reserve block. I'm technically good for 4 days of work today, like a 4-day trip. It is 2 in the afternoon. I am obviously not been called. I'm still at the crash pad. I washed all of my bedding. I washed all of my clothes. I folded everything. Did some repacking in my suitcase. I'm gonna organize stuff later, but I'm just taking a little moment to enjoy the sunshine. I'm gonna read my book. I'm gonna do some stretching. Obviously, I'm covered in sunscreen, but my body feels so much better today. I was gonna go to the gym, but I don't know, I was tired. I wasn't feeling it. So did some basic stuff today. I'll meal prep a little bit more, some potatoes, and just relax. I guess today is my bra day. Alright, I have a hair treatment in, and I just got called to be put on 24-hour reserve for tomorrow, so I'm gonna go finish organizing, wash my dishes, and relax, because I'm either getting called out for a red eye in the next hour, so I'm gonna take a shower, or I am gonna be called tomorrow morning. Alright, it is day 6 of 6 of this reserve block, and you may be able to tell, but I didn't fly anywhere. I have done 3 days of standby, and this is my third day of Ready Reserve. I did 2 24-hour reserve days, which is not typical for my airline. And right now I'm in the backyard. I'm going to put some of the sunscreen on, and I'm going to do my nails because the gels just aren't working. My last set of gels lasted like 5 weeks, and this set isn't, so I'm just going to take them off, put on some regular nail polish, and call it a day. I'd rather be able to like just fix my nails when I need to instead of going through this whole process right now. So just gonna enjoy the sunshine with lots of sunblock, eye protection, everything, and I am good to be called for a turn today. So fingers crossed I work, or fingers crossed I don't work. I don't know what I really want right now, and we have a great day. Alright, we are gonna finish up this video here. I just got called for standby. Yeah, this is my last day. I am legally required to have a day off tomorrow. But because they just used multiple standbys, they called me as a backup standby, which is fine. It just was like really bad timing because this is my 4th standby in 6 days. I'm feeling a little tired. I'm feeling like a little done. At least I got to leave the crash pad, but I just stopped by the office, got some candy, got a coffee. My sign-in isn't for like another 40 minutes. Sometimes you just have to get to work early because you're like, if I don't get to work early, I will like lose my motivation. I'll lose my energy. So I'm gonna call my partner. I have my book, and we're gonna have a great little standby for the next 3.5 hours. This wasn't my intention in this video. I thought we'd go on like a fun little adventure in these 6 days, and it turns out you guys saw the other half of being a flight attendant, which is like sitting and waiting, which sucks when you're a commuter because you just want to go to work, but it happened. So let's be positive and make the rest of this trip.